Well, clearly interventions that can be as early as possible and as upstream as possible. So thinking about the kinds of interventions that are going to deliver on primary prevention to enable children to have really the best start in life. But I think for me some of the things that are most important and some of the things that have come out of today are around the impact on infant mental health, on perinatal mental health, and the way that that then has an impact for looking at outcomes like attachment and how we can really use that in our day-to-day work in a very effective way. Well, I have to say I think one of the biggest challenges is going to be how we manage the funding in order to deliver the kinds of services that we really need and want. I think we're already seeing the challenges for that around the health visiting service and how that's being commissioned, the worries around the mandation of the 5 mandated visits, and I think we have to think really hard about how we can work together to think around how those services can be developed, how those impacts can best be realised through the services that we are going to be looking at as they are really honed down over the next 18 months. I think that challenge of the funding alongside how you then configure services that are going to meet the needs of the parents and families in the community and really working alongside the public to get to an understanding about how we can meet the funding challenge and the needs of the public at the same time, I think is really the area I think we've got to really work on in the next year or 18 months. I think it matters hugely to have these kind of events where you're bringing together people from so many different constituencies, but all of whom share the same common interest around children and looking at the best outcomes for children from very early on. And I think the strength of today's conference has been to bring together people who are not only commissioners, policymakers, people who are delivering services, but also people who come with the evidence around what the best kind of interventions might be at the earliest stage in life. So I think it's hugely important.